broke the internet a little bit. Hell has frozen over.
I do have to ask a couple challenge related questions because of course that's what people want to hear about also. Paulie, you were at an event and photographed with Johnny Bananas. Are you guys like on decent terms now?
Listen, I'm not going to give away anything that was discussed that night.
Okay.
People have known for a long time. Johnny and I were at each other's heads, and I think we're both at a place where we've taken enough time off. She's taken enough time off where we've been able to remove ourselves from that aspect of things. And it's kind of one of them things where it's like, hey man, if I see you, it's on, but let's kind of keep it clean. Cause I think that where him and I really butted heads wasn't so much in the game. It was the cheap shots exchanged outside of the game. Mm-hmm. He would exchange a cheap shot. I would try and have a cheaper shot. He would come back with a cheaper shot. And the way that we left it is I was like, hey, whatever happens between you and I, leave her out of it, leave the relationship out of it. And let's just keep it strictly game related and keep it strictly like that. And then, and I was like, and same thing with her. I was like, I think it'd be great if, we all had lunch one time. That was when I thought that him and Morgan were still together. And I was like, you guys are more than welcome. Next time Cara's out here, whatever, just to kind of be like, listen, it's because to me, what people don't realize about me because of the narrative that people have put everywhere is when the game's over, it's over. I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. If you catch me and you beat me and you do whatever, I'll be like, hey, good job. In the game, I'll be all day and I'll be a savage. Once you start trying to make things personal outside of the game, I will then make it personal with you outside of the game. And that's not really healthy. And I don't want to be that person. And I don't think he wants to be that person.
It was a lot of narratives about our relationship, which I obviously contributed to in the beginning of everything, with everything, the way it happened and stuff like that. But the way that people ran with it and pushed it into a narrative that, fans will hold on to and believe about, we're still together. We're happy. We're doing our thing. Why are people still the old, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, aside from that, it's so I guess because I'm such a competitor, she's such a competitor that when people try and take away from looking at the competitive aspect of things by being like, look at this, look at this, look at this, when it's a complete bullshit lie, that's where I'm sitting there and being like, I would sit there and I'd be like, yeah, I don't like you, but you're pretty good. You know what I mean? So we just kind of,
I do that all the time. Nobody does that to me. I could hate somebody and be like, well, they're still, but they're still a good competitor.
That's where Johnny and I left it. We broke the internet a little bit. Hell has frozen over. Mm-hmm. Who knows what'll happen if all three of us are in the same house together? Maybe we'll help him out. Maybe we'll just throw him in right away. We don't know. So maybe he'll throw.
Have you talked to him?
I have not caught up with Johnny in some time.
Okay.
I was very because the way everything went down and me being very protective of this one. And, I had been wanting them to make up with each other for a long time. And, there were moments where I thought I saw light.
There's 3 times where Johnny and I were cool. So after close. Final Reckoning, we were in Atlantic City together. I thought we were cool. After that, then after War of the Worlds 1, I think we were in Atlantic City again. And I thought we were cool.
If that did not try to throw that challenge on War of the Worlds.
He was going to the final.
He was.
Mm-hmm. We were taking him.
I was stoked. I was like, okay, so I don't like Laurel. I was pumped. Me and Johnny aren't besties, but
I was trying to get Johnny and Wes to work together, and then after that, they go ahead and work together the next season. I'm like, I wanted that last season.
I argued with Wes on War of the Worlds 1. The first thing he wanted to do was put Johnny in. I was like, no, don't put Johnny in. I tried to protect Johnny. War of the Worlds 2, Johnny's throwing challenges on purpose to get us. And at that point, it's not personal, but it's if you're going to throw a challenge to get rid of me, then shit, shots fired. I better not sit there and wait for another one.
Right.
So we took ours, but if he didn't do that,
at the end of the day, Johnny has done a lot for the show. Cara has done a lot for the show. The CTs and the Wes's, you're never going to be able to take away what they did. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that I have to go into a season and lay down because the GOATs are there. You know what I mean?
Right.
People don't lay down when they play against Tom Brady. They try and sack that. They try and intercept the ball from him.
Right.
And I think that a lot of these OGs, they expect the newer players to pay their respect, which is essentially just laying down and not doing anything. And that's why you've seen what you've seen for the past 3 seasons, because a lot of these new people, they are just laying down their games for the vets. And I got to give credit to them, the vets, because they convinced the entire challenge fandom.
They were outnumbered.
No. These OGs, they convinced the entire challenge fandom that real competitors shouldn't be on the show anymore. So Theo, Turbo, Cara, myself, Maddie, Georgia, they convinced the entire challenge fandom that these were the reasons why the show is not doing well, even though the show is doing well. And that the competitors like Josh and Devin and Kyle and Anissa and Nani are all good. I got to give them credit, because that type of social game and political manipulation of the fandom is impressive as hell.
And what happened?
You're not convincing me or her, but I know why they did it, because they want easy paths to the final.
What you did.
But for God's sake.
What you did is convince the entire like he's in a nutshell, the entire challenge kingdom that we need to get rid of Paulie and Cara and all their friends.
And
leave the challenge. Yeah. Leave the challenge in the hands of a Josh and a Nani and a
who knows? No namers.
Okay, right. Leave the challenge in them, right? So that when the OGs aren't on it, the massive backlash. Now you're screaming like, "Oh my God, no, we need John. Oh shit, we need Johnny. We need Wes. We need Car. We like." Well, they wanted people not to be asking for us back, but they wanted the show to eat itself alive because of the cast, the vets that are there, the stale vets. I mean, take away, CT, obviously the legend, but
listen.
So now you do that, and now it's like, I guess we can come back and save the show, like the Johnnies.
If we've been off TV for 2 years,
they plan this shit.
If we've been off TV for 2 years and current cast members still have to try and take shots at us when we just mind our own damn business,
we're not even on the show. You
know that something's wrong.
They're really trying to keep us away.
When me having only 3 seasons has more daily wins than 80% of the combined veteran cast combined.
Did you math that?
I mean, I'm just throwing a number out there. Like the amount of daily wins that I've won in 3 seasons is more than at least 50 or 60% of the veteran cast.
Right.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. How many champions? CT and Ashley, only champions. And Amber, who just came in. Only champions. And when I look at this season, I can't help but look at War of the Worlds 1, where you look at Johnny's a champion, Zach's a champion, Wes is a champion, CT's a champion, Cara's a champion, right? You have 5 heavy, and Ashley was there. Ashley was a champion. Hunter was a champion. You had 7 champions to start out the game, and then you have rookies like Turbo and Theo and Georgia and Maddie and Ashley Kane and D. Before that whole situation happened with D. She was a beast competitor. And then even the newer vets, you had me.
You still have Leroy and Cam.
Yeah, Leroy, you had Cam, these people.
Cam's got to be a champ next. Like, I'm rooting for her so hard.
It's
she's a badass.
It's sad to see these competitors, A, not compete, and B, care more about creating storylines before the show